Okay, Rebecca. Sorry, I had to light my cigarette. So, first step is preparation. This is where a lot of guys fail too. One of the most important steps. Gold Scotch-Brite and this low VOC plastic cleaner. It decreases static electricity and paint doesn't stick to anything that's not scuffed up. So, with that in mind, I'm going to add some water and start scuffing. I'll send you this and each step along the way. And like I said, I'm only going to charge you for materials, so you don't have to worry about paying Uncle plenty money. But these things are going to last a fucking lifetime, I tell you what, because they are such good quality. Oh, look, it made a heart. It's such good quality paint. So we scuff, and we scuff. And we get all these little cracks and crevices real good. Now we scuff some more. And we do around the edges, because the edges is where it's going to peel most. That's where it's going to start to peel. And that's why when I spray this, I'm going to spray them hanging rather than laying down, because when you lay them down, you can't get around the corner. Unless I can jimmy rig away, but I'd rather just hang them through these holes with a loop so that it doesn't interfere with the paint, and the bolt will cover any type of basically paint that doesn't get transferred on, because it's going to be slightly covered by the wire. But just take my word for it, this is how we roll. Alright, Jared out. Okay, so now that they're all hung up, this is called plastic thinner. And what it does is it removes oils. So what happens is when they make these things from the factory, they're put in molds. And those molds have to have an oil behind them, so that way when the part is finished being molded, they have a way to release it from the mold, and that molding oil seeps into the plastic and kind of stays there. So this thinner that I'm using takes off any of that excess oil and shit left over. This is also another, every step is important. A lot of guys skip this step too because they're cheap. They'll use like Dawn soap when they're scrubbing it. I mean, you can use Dawn soap, but if you want longevity, you use the stuff that's meant for it. That's why there's that expression, use the right tool for the job. So, just gonna continue on wiping all the oils off, which is probably gone already, but I always double, triple clean. I'm gonna clean this again before I shoot it, because like I said, I like it clean, and the cleaner your prep work is, the better your overall outcome will be, and the longer it will last if done right. So again, here we go. I'm gonna put something there to push it away from the edge. And then I'm gonna blow these down to get if there's any water left in any of the cracks or crevices or anything like that. It'll blow it all out. Okay. And last one. Clean this up. And now we have a cleaner surface to work with. And then I'm gonna blow it down. Get red paint. Okay. So this is what separates the men from the boys right here. A lot of the guys mess up right here. This step is leaking. Hang on. Called the Adhesion Promoter. This is what allows the primer to stick to plastic. Without this, it would peel right off. Like on your first car wash, second car wash, power wash, whatever, although I would never recommend you power wash your car ever. And a tack rag takes off any dust or dirt that might be a contaminant. Some residual water right there. And you just lightly mist it. But you do all the edges first. And I'll just repeat that with the other three, all right? Okay, so after Adhesion Promoter comes Primer Sealer, dark gray. So that way it's easier to cover with black. Shot it straight around the edges, so that way it's wrapped like a present, like I said. Got all in here, so that way it doesn't start to peel back from your light. And you said you wanted to order some clear lights, I'd order them now. Everything is sealed up and it's gonna stick because we scuffed it and we put Adhesion Promoter on there. Next step is base coat. and then after that we clear coat it. Okay, so our first 2 coats of base coat are down. I'm gonna let this dry out for about 15-20 minutes. Then I'm gonna sand it lightly to get rid of any little tiny pieces of dust or anything that might be contaminating the surface. Then I'll go ahead and spray my last coat of black. Tack that down to get any of that last dust off. And clear coat it. And then if there's any dust left in it, which there usually is 1 or 2. See, like there's one. See it right here. So you sand that out on the clear coat after you're done. Well, I'm gonna sand that out first on the base and then go over it, so it's not gonna be there when I clear it, but you'll usually end up with a couple, so that's why I wanna sand and buff it for you before you pick it up. All right, so yep, give me about half an hour, hit you back with another video. See, so after I sanded it down, this is all the black dust that got picked up, and that's what we need to keep off the panel before we clear coat to make sure that it's nice and clean. All right, pretty soon. All right, Becca, first coat of clear is on. I decided to use my personal clear coat, the DC3000. Killer stuff. This is only the first coat too, so it's gonna get a lot deeper and a lot shinier. Okay, so here it is after the second coat of clear. A little more depth and a lot more gloss. Just have a look around for some dust. After it dries, we're going to nib it and polish it. And then we give it back to our customer. So, yep. You guys learned some stuff. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. But yes, this is the most effective way to spray plastic. They sell certain primers that adhere direct to plastic. They are extremely sensitive from what I have experienced. So yeah, use an adhesion promoter and then a sealer, then your base. Alright. Bonds are out. Peace.